There's a phenomenon that happens every year for a week in September where lake trout come from the depths and they come up on the reefs staging to spawn. They change their colors from silver to fire red, orange, spots. They're aggressive, they're angry. We had the idea to do an exploration trip here in Northern Saskatchewan and into the Northwest Territories. In the fall, after the entire lodge was basically shut down, we're fortunate enough to be joined by a friend named Tom. And Tom specifically comes here at this time of year because the fishing is so fantastic. We have a beaver at our disposal. There's 9 million acres of fishable water here. It's a fly fisher's playground. And we have a bunch of guys that are explorers at heart. So we're gonna come up with a plan. And the plan is gonna be, we're gonna pick a lake, we're gonna fly to it, we're gonna find reefs, we're gonna find holes that are 60 plus feet deep, and we're gonna throw flies. We're gonna see what we can come up with. And it's gonna be amazing. That is a fish of a lifetime. Getting anywhere in the north is a challenge. To get here is an adventure all unto itself. Flew to Toronto, Toronto to Saskatoon, Saskatoon to Stony Rapids, Stony Rapids to Scott Lake Lodge. A number of different forms of transportation, culminating with one of my favorite ways to get around in a float plane. When we jumped in the Beaver and took off, the smell of avgas is just something that once you get it in your nostrils, you crave it because you know it's going to take you places that are pretty wild. It's pretty weird when you walk into a lodge that has basically been abandoned. You know that it has a heartbeat, but it's just not there. And the paths are quiet. The boards are up on the cabins. It feels like a ghost town. So when you target lake trout in shallow water, you need certain conditions. It helps if it's snowing sideways. It helps if it's blowing 40 miles an hour. It helps if it's raining. It helps if it's cold. And it helps if you're really f***ing uncomfortable, because that's where the fish feel most comfortable. So the snottier it is, the better the fishing is gonna be. So when we woke up on day one, it was windy as all get out. I've flown in a beaver a lot, and I'll be honest with you, I was nervous. Taking off into the wind, that first 5 seconds when the pontoons leave the water, if you get hit by a gust, you could get back down on the water real quick. It didn't happen. We were safe. We took off. It was a little bit of a bumpy ride. We decided that we were gonna split up, divide and conquer. So Tom went to one lake and I went to another one. My guide, Mike, and I went to a lake, landed on the beach, launched the boat. The boats were still there from the summertime, and we started fishing. It was windy. It was really windy, but it was warm. You could almost fish in a t-shirt. And we struggled. We struggled all day.
Fish on! Nice work! Nice color. The male, right? Nice. Pretty sweet for the first fish of the day. We found some fish, Nice little guy. Fish. Another lake trout.
Released probably less than a dozen. I got lucky in that right at the 11th hour at the end of the day, I roped a good one.
Got him. Oh, it's a giant. It's a giant.
I roped a trophy.
Nice. Woo, are you kidding me right now? An absolute fish of a lifetime.
A 40-inch lake trout. True trophy.
Woo!
Now, what I didn't realize that Tom on this other lake was having unparalleled success.
Oh,
Nice, nice. There he is. He came back. Second bite. Beauty. Wow. Yeah.
He's a good fish, Tom.
He's a good fish. Very nice. This fish is not a quitter. Beauty. That's a nice fish.
But when we met back at the lodge, there wasn't any stories to tell. It was all about, what are we doing tomorrow? So the next day we decided that we were gonna change things up a little bit. We were gonna fish the same lake, but two very different programs. Tom was gonna go for big northern pike.
That's a fish.
I was gonna go to the outflow of the lake and try my hand at some Arctic grayling. And Mike and I beached the boat, walked 5 minutes, and I tied on a stimulator, a big one. First cast. Trophy grayling. If you've never grayling fished before, put it on your bucket list. So because it was so nice, we decided that we were gonna bail on the lake trout program and target northern pike. So Tom jumped in the beaver and headed off to another lake while I stayed and played. We went into this bay called the Sow's Bed, just a giant, massive body of water. So I put on a large, non-weighted streamer and cast it out. 2 strips, and I locked horns with a good one.
what an explosion. Not bad.
Not a beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Beauty fish. There it is.
We're in September, water's cold, high sun, no wind.
That's good fish. That's a good fish.
All right, let's get a little tape on this girl. 41. Dreams
All the
come
way
true,
through?
man. Dreams come true.
Absolutely, that's what we do.
Day 3 was our final day together, and it was the weather that we wanted. It was cold. It was probably in the low 40s. It was blowing like crazy. It was rough. It was really rough, but that's what we wanted. We decided to go lake trout fishing. I'm not a numbers guy. I don't keep track of the fish that I catch and release, but I'd be shocked if we didn't catch 60 fish that day. All on streamers, all in 2 feet of water. You'd have one chasing your streamer, be 3 coming in behind it. We're using 8s, 9s, 10 weight rods, and they're doubling them over. I've never seen anything like it. The fishing is insane. It's a day I'll never forget. The fall time, the shoulder season, has me rethinking my entire fishing year. There's so many more opportunities to be had when the weather turns south. It's all about the adventure.